Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Good morning.
I'm not ready. Good morning.
Why, that's fancy footwear you have on, Miss Silver.
Well, they get from the waist up. So, oh, Joel. Yep, you keep it up. You keep it up. Okay, so you're in Matthew 16.
Okay.
And verses 1 through 19.
Okay.
Today is September 26, 2023. Today's devotional is called A Higher Standard. How fitting. This one's for you.
Thanks.
From 2 Corinthians 5:16. From now on, we regard no one according to the flesh. Even though we have known Christ according to the flesh, yet now we know him thus no longer.
Okay.
Okay.
The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, When is it evening? Ye say, It will be fair weather, for the sky is red.
I hear the cows behind us.
And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the times? A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed. And when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. Then Jesus said unto them, Take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, It is because we have taken no bread. Which when Jesus perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves, because ye have brought no bread? Do you not yet understand? Neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets ye took up? Neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many baskets you took up? How is it that you do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees? Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. When Jesus came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, Some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremias, or one of the prophets. He saith unto them, But whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God.
You go to 19. You got more, boy. You got more.
I'll do as I was told.
And
Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven.
See, that's the verse we needed right there, 19.
Okay.
Can't shortchange us on that.
Uh-huh.
To no longer know any man according to the flesh is a great thing. Beloved, we will no longer know any man along natural lines. From this moment, we will know everything only on a spiritual basis. Conversation must be spiritual. We can get distracted after we have had a really good meal, instead of no longer knowing any man according to the flesh, so that everything is in spiritual fellowship and union. We lower the standard by talking about natural things. If you ride with me on a train, you will have to pray or testify. If you don't, you'll hear a whole lot of talk that will lower the anointing, bring you into a kind of bondage, and make you wish you were riding in another part of the train. But if you break in and have a prayer meeting, you will turn the whole thing around. Go in and pray until you know everybody has been touched by it. If you go out to dinner with anybody today, don't get sidetracked by listening to a long story about the state of their businesses. You must know only one man now, and that is Christ, and he hasn't any business. Yet he is Lord over all businesses. Live in the Spirit, and all things will work together for good to you. Romans 8:28. If you live for your businesses, you will not know the mind of the Spirit. However, if you live in the heavenly places, you will cause your businesses and all things to come out of their difficulties, for God will fight for you. I won't enter into anything that is lower than spiritual fidelity. When I am preaching spiritually anointed thoughts, I must see that I lift my people into a place where I know the Spirit is leading me to know Jesus. Suppose you know Jesus. What do you say? That he lost out? No, he didn't. But a great deal was put upon him by the people who said, "Is this not the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? And his brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas? And his sisters, are they not all with us? Where then did this man get all these things?" Matthew 13:55 and 56. They said, "He is only an ordinary man. He was born the same way we all were. You see him. So what is he?" You will never get anything that way. He wasn't an ordinary man if he was born out of the loins of Abraham. Hebrews 7:5. 2 sons were born to Abraham, Isaac and Ishmael. One was the son of promise, the other wasn't. But Isaac, the son of promise, got the blessings. Isaac was a type of Christ. You can never enter into God's conditions in any way but the spiritual way. For a time, a cloud overshadowed Jesus because of his ancestry. With the Jews, it overshadows him today because the veil is over their eyes, but the veil will be lifted. See 2 Corinthians 3:14 through 16. With the Gentiles, the veil is already lifted. We see him as the incarnation, as the Holy One of God, as the Son of God, as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John 1:14. We see him as the burden bearer, as our sanctifier, as our cleanser, as our baptizer. Know no man according to the flesh, but see him. As we behold him in all his glory, we will rise. We cannot help but rise in the power of God. Know no man according to the flesh. People want holiness. People want righteousness. People want purity. People have an inward longing to be clothed with the Spirit. May the Lord lead you to the supply of every need, far more than you can ask or think. Ephesians 3:20. May the Lord bless you as you are led to dedicate yourself afresh to God this very day. Thought for today: you will draw people if you refuse to be contaminated by the world.
That's really good.
Yeah.
A higher standard.
Yeah, and I think people are yearning for authenticity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard when you, especially if you see things online where it feels too perfect.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
See you tomorrow.